Welcome back to another episode of All Things Weather with Anthony and Brody. We got a lot to talk about today. We got multiple threats for severe weather. A strong storm or two cannot be ruled out tonight into Thursday. Severe storms possible Friday evening into Saturday morning. And then Saturday afternoon and evening looks like the main show with multiple rounds of severe weather. Now Thursday, we have some extra, you want to have some extra drive time because you'll have some wet roads out there and a strong storm or two. Anthony, you're going to break it down, threats and timing. What are we looking at for your Thursday?
Well, Brody, here's the system that will be providing us the chance to see some of that severe weather. Again, it remains low end. There's a cold front. There's also a warm front. It's kind of a typical setup for severe weather. Right now, we're getting some moisture flowing in from the Gulf. It's not extremely high moisture, but we'll have to watch a chance for some strong storms. We'll see some light rain this evening. Notice those greens. They're not really seeing a lot of oranges or reds. Then as the low continues to progress further to the east, we will see kind of a little bit of a whip of some heavy rain, and this will provide us the chance for some severe gusts. It's going to be one line that will be pushing in. It will pass through fairly quickly, and it'll probably be as you're asleep sometime in the early morning hours on your Thursday. And we're looking at around 7 to 8 a.m. is probably the best timing, give or take about an hour. The problem with this is there's not a lot of instability. What you're looking at here is greens and yellows. This is higher end instability, but notice as that low comes towards us, we're looking at more blues, so a lower end kind of unstable air for that storm to tap into. So we're looking at a lower wind damage threat on the, the wind damage scale. It's going to be on the lower end. Here are wind gusts. I decided to pull it up to see what we could be looking at. 10 to 15 miles an hour ahead of the line. Then let's wait for that line to push in. Yeah, around 20 to 30 mile an hour wind gusts with that main line. So I would bring patio furniture in so it's not blowing around a little bit tonight, but it's overall not a high impactful event. And again, that line clears by the early morning hours on your Thursday. As far as the severe risk, we're looking at a 1 out of 5. This is a look for tonight. This is a look at for tomorrow. So we are included in that. But we're not included in any tornado threats.
Thank you, Anthony, for that. But we still have 2 more threats of severe weather still to go. Once we get past Thursday, Friday, a medium threat for impactful weather. Severe storms are possible. Then Saturday, a high impact event could be shaping up for a good portion of the deep south. Now, Anthony had talked about Wednesday and the Thursday night severe weather risk, but we still have Friday and Saturday severe weather risk to go. So let's break it down and talk about Friday. We got a level 3 out of 5 risk for all of our coverage area. What does it mean threat-wise? We could see medium risk for tornadoes, medium risk for damaging winds. This threat could go up in the coming days. So check back in for updates. Low risk for large hail and flash flooding. Now, Saturday, that's really the main event, main show. Timing right now, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., that could change, and once we get our new model data here, within the next probably 10 hours, we'll be able to really squash that timing down to a more closer to fine-tuned timing. Severe weather likely, tornadoes, winds, and hail risk, all possible. Multiple rounds of severe weather. We could see supercells ahead of the main line. Then we'll see a squall line push through, and that will be the end of the severe weather threat for your Saturday. Prepare now, do not wait, and of course, check back in for updates. Severe weather risk for Saturday. Most of us under a level 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather. What are we looking at threat-wise? High risk for both tornadoes and damaging winds. A medium threat for large hail and flash flooding. Anthony's going to talk about the timing. Anthony, how's the timing looking like Friday into Saturday?
Yeah, Brody, the good news is most of Friday will be mostly dry. What I also pulled up here with the timing as well as instability, what we looked at a little bit earlier. The blues, lower end instability. The greens and the yellows, higher end instability. As we get more daytime heating, that instability increases. The timing of the storms will be just at around 5 to 7 o'clock at the earliest. Really, we're looking at a midnight threat here, so that little lower end instability for those storms to work with. And notice stronger storms further up towards the north, so this is going to be a big line that will be pushing in. Then we'll relax a little bit. We'll watch another line early on Saturday develop. Then the main action show, the highest risk, will be sometime Saturday evening ahead with that bulky line that will be pushing in. We're looking at 7 to 8 o'clock, give or take about an hour. And after that pushes in, we're looking at a pretty quiet, calm next couple of days. So Friday evening, Saturday morning, and then Saturday evening for those threats.
Now, since we've broken down the timing and the threats for this week's severe weather, we want to make sure you have multiple ways of receiving information. Media outlets is one way, the Maroon Alert System. If you are on campus, weather radio is always a good resource to have. Remember, weather radios are for county-wide warnings, not even if you're not even in the polygon, your weather radio will still go off. WIA alerts is for your specific location. Weather apps, of course, is again your specific location. And then your last resort will be an outdoor siren. If you are on campus or returning to campus by the time Saturday with the threat of severe weather, these are many places you could seek shelter. In the event of severe weather, the main option on campus, if you are on campus this weekend, will be the Culver Student Union. That should be open. If you are in dorms, you want to listen to resident hall staff and make sure to get in the hallways. Apartment, lowest level, lowest floor of your apartment, in the closet or bathroom. And then if you have time Saturday, which we should have enough lead time with severe weather warnings on Saturday with the storms, you can drive down to Lynn Lane in the industrial park area. That is where a FEMA certified storm shelter is.